okay. I think I need help. To say that I'm new to this, yeah. I mean, I've been adjusting since my last deployment. Okay, that was a lie. That night, I didn't think there was going to be any action. Between the floodlights and the moon, there really wasn't any place for anyone to hide or creep up on us. I mean, there was a wadi nearby, kind of like a river canal, that the locals use to pipe water into their compounds or water their crops. I was at the front gate checking on a baby PFC, and he steps out to smoke. Then I see it come out of the tree line. This big, wounded dog. Something was wrong. It was dragging a leg. Idiot kid sees it and forgets the very first briefing anyone ever gets when they hit dirt. Do not pet the wildlife. I remember the ember when his cigarette falls as he's walking towards this animal. Like, I don't know, he's gonna pet it? Save it? I mean, what the fuck are we gonna do with a dog when we're about to be rotated back stateside? Huh? Something changes. Can't pinpoint what. It gets close to him. Too close for me to get a bead on it with my M4. So I pull my knife and I just go after it. I get it just before it gets to this kid's face. It's leaping for this kid's fucking face. Now, fucker must have weighed, I don't know, 300 pounds. I'm no slouch at 190 plus all of my gear. I was able to knock it sideways. I tuck my Kevlar under its jaw, get my arms around it. Fucking wet fur on my cheek. I mean, if it was human, I would have been fine. But one of the hind legs, the good one, starts digging into my thigh. Right? The claw catches on my web belt and yanks me loose. I can feel the shift under my gloves and then teeth right above the collar of my Kevlar. Fuck it. I just go to town with my knife. Just start getting it. Get drenched in blood. It screams or yelps or whatever, runs off to the tree line. And I just lay there, staring up at that goddamn moon. PFC Wylan, yeah, is screaming his head off. I feel pinned to the earth by this moon, just spinning around me through this weird spike in my chest. Next thing I know, I wake up in the infirmary, pretty much naked. Sergeant Bateman had stripped me out of my gear to check for wounds, so had some really bitchin' contusions. There was some fucking gashes, don't get me wrong, but nothing fatal. Even the wound on my neck, ugly to look at, like totally gnarly. But Didn't even damage the muscles underneath. I don't know. After a few stitches, gee, the fucker just destroyed my pants. And he left fucking claw marks in the plate of my Kevlar. How? Anyway, after a few stitches, and I get handled a bottle of vitamin M and a set of PTs and sent back to my bunk. So a couple weeks later, we're back stateside, and I'm home for R&R. First I thought, you know what, it's just post-deployment jitters, everybody gets it. You know, the itches between the shoulder blades, having to put your back up against walls. Scanning the street for, nothing. There's nothing there. Everything is too hot, too noisy, too bright, and too goddamn soft. So I take my sleeping bag, throw it down in the basement, lock the door. And I'm so goddamn fucking thirsty. I'm chugging water. It's funny. I would have thought that there was actual, scoring in the cement floor from all the laps I did that night. There was windows in the wall of the basement, tiny windows, but it was still too fucking bright. Every time I did a lap, I would stop and stare at them. And it got darker and darker till the moon came out and bathed the entire basement in these pitch dark shadows. My head was filled with so much noise and then silence. I crawled into my sack and just crashed. I wake up the next morning and I'm cold and wet and naked with the smell of wet dog in my nose. I come up swinging and I go for the knife at my hip and then I remember I fucking lost it in the desert. I couldn't find it the next morning. I bought that knife when I graduated basic. It was older than every goddamn private and not a few NCOs. Fuck. That's when I had to face it. Okay, you know what? That's enough for now. I'm done.